Harvest Twig!
Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, look at all you. What a huge crowd. Oh my goodness, there's so many of you, Oh my gosh, I just saw so many people. There's so many people. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Skin Waltzer, for both the follow and the bits and the follow. Oh my gosh, that's so great. Lunaris Moon, thank you so much for the follow. Oh my gosh, just look at the crowd there. There's so many people. Oh my gosh. Well, can I sign your Twig merchandise? Yes, I'd be happy to after the show. Happy to sign your merchandise after the show. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you all here today. Welcome to Sunday Dusk. I am your host, Harvest Twig. If you don't know me, I'm a little American crow, and this is my talk show. It's Sunday Dusk. We do this every Sunday, and well, I think I know why you're all here. Well, not all of you. I got some of my regulars. We got Hasio here. We got Bentai here. We got Navra here. We got Love to See You. But oh my gosh, so many new names in the chat. We got Supersonic Blur, Lunaris Moon, Blyleth, Kira Hishotori. I don't know who that is. I don't trust them. No, I'm kidding. Of course, that's who you're all here to say. Kira's just waiting back in the green room right now, and she'll be on in just a minute. But you gotta deal with my monologue first. You have to deal with my monologue. I'm a mono, and I'm gonna log. There's so much logging. We've got a really great show for you tonight. I'm so looking forward to Kira. And we got a great bird of the day. Oh my gosh, you're gonna love this bird of the day. This is amazing bird of the day. You're gonna love this bird of the day so much. And then Kira's gonna help hire some people later today. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Got a long, fun day. Oh god, man, it's been a fun weekend. It's been a real fun weekend. I went to a zoo yesterday and I saw some birds. There weren't that many birds there. But they had some cool cranes, and they were in the same enclosure as the zebras. It's like, hey everybody, here's zebras and cranes. Oh man, those cranes are pretty. They were like an African gray crested crane. So beautiful. And then there was an ostrich, and the ostrich looked at me, and it was like, I want to eat that little crow. And I'm like, you can't eat me. But man, I love the giraffes. I saw a giraffe up in person. Got real close. And I'm telling you, after having been 10 feet away from a giraffe, I'm still not entirely sure they're real animals. I mean, how? You're telling me that a unicorn is not a real animal, but a giraffe is. So a horse can't grow a horn. You know, a body part that we see on many, many animals, including animals that are in the same order as horses. And out. Thanks, Kara, for the. But anyway, it's like, so that's not real. But of course, it's got like a super, super long neck and weird little fuzzy ossicones on the top of his head and this weird long purple tongue and giant legs. You're telling me that's real? I don't buy it. Even though I saw it in person. It's crazy. And got myself a new racing wheel, which play Project Cars on the VR with the racing wheel. Oh my gosh, it's like I'm driving. It's cool. I like it. Man, it's a great weekend. Having a real great weekend. Wow. Thank you for the peanut. I appreciate it. Well, wow, I'm trying to scroll down chat and then keep resizing myself. No. Don't. Okay. Oh, drink some water. Gotta drink some water. Well, I got my water right here. Thanks, Bentai. Delicious. But, well, folks, I want to let you know a little bit what's been going around in the world lately. So I do a little segment we call the Branch News. So let me tell you a little bit what's been going around the world lately. Well, a new world record was set recently. Oh, thanks for the follow, Aegis Weaver. Appreciate that. Really appreciate the follow from all you lovely people. If you haven't followed yet, the button's right there. Doesn't cost you anything to click it. Just saying is all. Just saying. Ow! Okay. I deserve that. Ow! I deserve this. Yeah, squishy. All right, so as I was saying, a new world record has been set, and a new world record has been set, and it involves Rubik's Cube. And it's like, oh, did someone set a new world record for solving a Rubik's Cube? Kinda. They set a world record for solving 3 Rubik's Cubes. Well, juggling them. Yeah, that's right. This young man featured here, Li Zihao, a 22-year-old young man from China, was able to solve 3 Rubik's Cubes simultaneously while juggling them. He accomplished the task in 3 minutes and 16 seconds. And he beat the former world record, which was held by him. He had the previous world record, and he beat it again. So, I mean, look, I can get, like, the top of a Rubik's Cube, and then on the sides I can get the top row and the second row, but I can't get that quite bottom row. I haven't quite figured that out yet. It's like, I'm okay with a Rubik's Cube, but I've never been one of those good Rubik's Cube solvers. But why, you watch some of these people that do it, and they're just like, oh, I can just look at this cube and just be like, blah, 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 and it's done. And it's crazy. The world records are crazy. And yeah, this guy... So he's really having to make the changes on each cube one-handed as he's continuing to juggle them, and it's just, I tell you, Li Zihao, I'm impressed by you. You picked a skill, you practiced at it, now you're the best in the world. So congratulations. So good job, man. I am in awe of your talent. Thanks to Ben Hooper from UPI News for the article, Chinese Puzzle Master Solves 3 Rubik's Cubes While Juggling. So thanks for that. Thanks for that. Are you tired of unsolvable Rubik's Cubes? Yeah, no kidding. Well, we got a fun little bit of information. So there's been a study that's come out on monkeys, and it turns out that there's a specific behavior that is found in males that finds them to be more likely to survive, live a longer life, and be healthier and happier and of a healthier weight. And that particular behavior is being gay. They have found that gay behavior is not only common in males, but it gives him an evolutionary advantage. This study was a years-long study of several different troops of monkeys, and they found the male monkeys that are, nice and kind with the other male monkeys tend to do quite a bit better in life. Gives them better social status, gives them better pretty much every outcomes in life. They found that the monkeys that do that kind of behavior ends up being better for them. So, all right. You slag, gay monkeys. Yeah, being gay, that's a strategy. That's new meta. Exactly, Kira. That's the new meta. That's new meta. Be gay, do better as a monkey. So, sweet. Thanks to The Insider for Maya Focht for her article. Scientists discover gay behaviors are not only common in male monkeys, but may give them an evolutionary edge. Yes, the monkey isekai. You don't want that. So my next story. Well, a few years ago, a landmark in Georgia, a giant peanut, a hurricane went through, and the giant peanut was toppled and destroyed. And as you can see it there, totally wrecked on the left. But earlier this week, that peanut, the grand reopening, the peanut has been restored, folks. I should have known about my peanuts when this story came up. I brought this on myself. Oh my God! Jesus Christ! This is not going to stop. I gotta get through this. Okay, so yes, the one small nut that was like 20 small. Ow! This is just like 30 small nuts. It's so many. Ow! That's a bent tie. God damn it! Stop it! The peanut's back. That was Peanut. That's a VTuber named Peanut. Ah, God. But yeah, as you can see, not only is it restored, but it looks like it's got a better texture on it, a better look to the peanut. And yeah, Georgia Peanuts. The statue is back up, and the people of Georgia may once again enjoy a roadside attraction of a giant peanut coming out of a crown. Ah! Traffic, we something for 8 months. Oh yeah, it's that's giant Rodney. It's very big Rodney. But yeah. Hello, Game Machine. Welcome everybody. Yeah, anybody who's a viewer of Kira, watching me for the first time, I'm so happy you're here. I'm ecstatic. You're all wonderful people, and I'm so glad to see y'all. So glad to see y'all. You're all precious to me. But yeah, Giant Peanut, it's back. What else is there to say? Now, my last story, it's real heartwarming. It involves birds. But first I want to thank the Huffington Post Jeff Amy for the article, Georgia's Big Peanut returns to roadside after hurricane felled earlier goober. That's what called it, goober. But okay. So, in nursing homes, they found people who are suffering from loneliness, early stage Alzheimer's and dementia. It's a tough place to be. They're sad places, but a new program is doing something for old people, and it's having amazing effect. And that is the Hen Power program, which introduces chickens to the nursing home, and the folks get their own pet chicken. And that chicken and the elderly folks, they get to bond with each other. And these chickens, the staff makes sure that they're well taken care of, and they become a companion for the elder folks. And so these chickens are making friends with the old folks, and I just think that's wonderful. And the people love it. They get to go down, they get to hang out with the chickens, they get to make friends, and it's just being with animals, and it's a heartwarming thing. And they found that the people who participate in the program with the chickens have much lower rates of depression. They just live in a better life, and it could even help with some of their dementia issues. So it's really, really a beautiful program. Right here, this is chicken's named Priscilla. She's beautiful. She's beautiful little chicken. And he's just his name's Audrey Lavis, and he's got a new chicken friend. And many of his other nursing home folks have chicken friends. So it's a great program, introducing birds to people to create a better life. Ain't a funny story, just a wonderful story. Warms my little heart. Birds, elderly folks coming together for a good cause, and just companionship and happiness. I love it. We'll have the chickens. So, we're going to call the news segment done here. And, let me just hop back behind my desk. Okay. Well, we all know why you're here. Well, not all you here, but I know why lots of you are here. You're here to see my guest today. And oh, my guest, what a guest. She's someone who about a year ago I made friends with, and I've been following her closely on her journey to become a VTuber and watch her surpassing even myself. And she's a secretary bird, which was my bird of the day number 69. Go check that out on YouTube. Oh, learn all about secretary birds. That's a great one. And she's a good friend. She's a total sweetheart. She was a Jeopardy contestant at one point. Everybody, I would like to welcome my guest. You all know, you all love her. Everybody, welcome Kira Hishotori to the stage. Oh, wow, they love you so much. They love you so much.
Oh, hold on, I gotta wiggle in place. Okay,
get settled on that big comfy. Did you bring me bread?
I did bring you bread. You know what they say, you gotta treat your host right.
Just said that right over by the coffee or something.
Right here,
Right there.
yeah.
Right. Well, don't block the screen.
Oh, you're right, you're right.
Yeah, just stand
Grab
behind
it
me. Get behind the
right.
desk here. I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
I just
You
don't
can
want to.
you can eat
Yeah.
that right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you
I'll say
go.
that for later. Thank you so.
Yeah.
None of my other guests have ever brought me gifts before. That's so nice of you. Oh my
Really?
gosh. That's so,
Oh yeah.
ah. I'm gonna
Fresh
start.
baked, it's warm.
I'm gonna start asking my other guests to bring me gifts because that's just too nice. This is too nice. Well, Kira, welcome to Sunday Dusk. How the heck are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you, Twig?
Oh, doing absolutely wonderful. Doing absolutely wonderful. Have been having a phenomenal weekend. Feeling relaxed, feeling good. Oh my gosh, Skinwalzer, thanks for the
Oh,
20 biddly bidlies. Thank you so much. Gotta love those bitty bitties. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. So what have you been up to lately, Kira? What are some highlights that from your streams? Like, oh, thanks for the follow, Jim Sheeny. GM Sheeny. But yeah, what have you been up to lately? Or you got anything coming up you'd like to talk about?
nothing coming up so far other than this, which I've been mentioning on my stream too. I've been excited. I've been excited. I'm trying to do some behind the scenes stream work that I keep putting off, but nothing too exciting, I think.
Oh, looking forward to seeing what you're coming up with. Yeah, a lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes on these streams. A lot of people don't realize how much work us VTubers put in to put on a good show.
Yeah, your show is so put together. Like, oh my gosh, everything has a schedule and everything. I'm so impressed.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, a talk show's got to be a tight shift around here. You know, it's
I'll learn from you.
yeah. Well, I'm always happy to give any advice. So yes, tell you what I've learned. But well, when we come on this show, we like to get to know our guests. You know, it's we have people on because I want to get to know my VTuber friends a little bit closer, a little bit better, and learn about you. So I got a little thing that we call the 21 questions with Corvus Twig. And so we're going to
Oh,
ask you some questions, and well, you just answer honestly and however you feel. You feeling ready for it? You feeling ready to be grilled by the crow?
oh yeah, I love these things. It's like 21 questions to be like best friends ever for life or something.
Oh, sure, something like that. Oh,
Something
could
like
Kara be
that.
my
Yeah,
best
that's what I
friend?
heard.
Oh, I could use a new best friend. Wait, don't tell
Oh, I thought
Bente.
Kyoko
Don't tell
was
Bente. I
your.
don't need a new best friend.
Oh, Ben.
I don't know. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that with Hasio and Dre Frig around. They're also my best friend. Oh my gosh.
They're all every. You have so many
Ow.
best
And
friends.
see, Bentai just comes in and smacks me just like that.
Then Tato. Oh my gosh.
Ow,
Oh,
ow,
oh, oh! You're
ow.
getting murdered now.
Dre Frig is not hurt, just sad.
Sad.
Oh,
Oh
Dre,
no. You
I
just
love
have
you,
a big heart, so
Dre.
you have a lot of room in your heart for best friends.
I do. I really do. I appreciate all of my friends so much.
Uh
So
huh.
much.
Yeah. Oh, 21 naked best friends. What the? That's a
It's
lot of
not going to
best
be like
friends.
that. Well, I mean, let's get to the first
Oh.
question.
Yes. Anyways.
What's your primary goal as a streamer? Why do you do it?
Mostly to have fun, to be honest. And
Mhm.
also to like meet new people. Cause there's so many cool people out in the world, you know?
They really are. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
great.
I don't know. Did you start why did you start streaming? You've been streaming way longer than I have.
Well, as it would be, my 2 year anniversary is in 2 weeks from today, and we're going to be having
Wow.
like a 7 hour long giant episode of Sunday Dusk. So it's going to be. God, it's gonna be filled up. So my 2 year anniversary, but you know, I just do it to have fun as a hobby. You know,
Yeah,
I have
that's
no
same with me.
expectations of. Well, I mean, you're on the verge of becoming a partner. I don't think I'm ever going to become a partner, but I just do it for
Hmm.
fun. But
One
you know,
day maybe, if that's what you want.
eh, I'm happy doing my little talk show as it is and making friends. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's about making friends. I mean, I've made the best friends. I mean, I'm sure you've made some very good friends, other than
Yeah,
me, of
for
course.
sure. I've met some really awesome people. And I still think you're one of the coolest because you're gonna forever hold first subscriber ever on my stream.
Yes. Although I unfortunately haven't stuck with that as much as
No,
But
it's okay. It doesn't matter if it has. You don't have to do it forever. But the first one ever, it was between you and Kyoko. You guys fought for it and you won.
yeah. Well, I mean, was it about a week and a half ago or something? You and Kyoko were doing a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament together on a team. That was fun.
Oh yeah, we were. Yeah, that's true. And then we're gonna be doing some more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff coming up soon.
That's cool. That's cool.
I know
Kyoko's a dear
I've
friend.
enlisted her. Yeah, she's so good. She's also way more put together than I am. I don't know how she does it.
She would hear you say that, and she's like, "I'm put together. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, well, she used to organize all those big poetry nights, you know?
She does.
I
Oh,
don't know
those
if
are
she's
so
done
much
it
fun.
recently.
It's been a while. It was a couple months ago. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, Kyoko's in the chat. Hi,
Oh, it's
Kyoko.
Kyoko. Hi, Kyoko. We were talking about you.
Y'all should go on my YouTube channel and watch the VOD of Kyoko's episode of Sunday Dusk. That was a
Drink
great
some
one.
water.
And there's Kyoko telling me to drink some water.
Oh, yes, of course.
You drink some too, Kira. You gotta stay hydrated.
Yes.
Gotta stay
Hold on, I'm
hydrated.
drinking.
Oh wow!
Okay.
I heard
Did you
some
hear the gulp?
quenching going on there. That was a quenching gulp. We heard that.
It's not that loud, I swear, but for some reason my mic really likes to pick it up.
That's nice. Well, we got that question out of the way. So, my question is, if you could collaborate with any streamer, who would it be, and what would you play or do?
Oh, that's a hard question. Because there's not anyone like I really particularly plan to stream with.
But I mean,
But
like, it could be one of the big popular ones, or maybe just someone you really admire.
I feel like if I became friends with them first, it would be better than just go straight into a collab with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think one of the main people who got me into streaming was Iron Mouse. So if I can one day get to know her a little bit, that would be really cool. But it's like, I don't really have any specific goals. I have been like super into this game called Played Up, if you've ever heard of it.
Play it up. I'm very
Played Up. It's like
Played Up?
Overcooked, kind of.
Oh, Plate Up. Yes,
Plate
yes.
Up.
I've
Yeah,
watched you
yeah,
play
yeah.
that. Yeah, that's.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So there's some creators that I've been watching play the game, and today I like shot my shot and emailed them. It was like, so do you want to play Plate Up? And I'm gonna wait to see what they say.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, big creators, all you got to do is just ask, you know? I mean, obviously, you send an email to Iron Mouse, she's never going to respond. But,
Yeah.
somebody who's like kind of mid-tier famous, it's just like, yeah, you never know. Just give them an ask. Maybe the worst they can do is ignore you or say no.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where like I've been watching his content for a while for Played Up, and I'm like, you know what? Might as well. I'm always looking for people to play Played Up with since I'm so addicted to the game.
God, maybe I should download it and come play with you.
Oh yeah, for sure. What is Corvus's Twig email asking for a friend?
It is corvustwig@gmail.com.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah. No spaces, no underscores, just corvustwig@gmail.com. Easy peasy, one treasy.
Ah.
Oh, great. I just got my. I'm gonna get spam now. I'm just gonna get spam. Why did I say that out loud? Oh God. Oh God.
Cut it out of the VOD, cut it out. It's like giving out your phone number for free.
Yeah. Yeah. Iron Mouse would be cool, but yeah, I agree with you. It's like you want to be. It's good to get to know somebody before you collab with them, because it's like sometimes you get on a collab with somebody, and I've had that happen a few times where I've collabed with somebody and I didn't know them that well ahead of time, and it didn't really go that well. And it's just like, though that's happened more times where like I know one person in the collab, but there's like 4 of us, and I like did not have good chemistry with one of the other people, and it's just like it happens, and it's not necessarily I think they're bad people. It's just sometimes you just don't vibe with someone, and it's hard to know.
Yeah, I think part of it too is I don't think I'm very good with collabs. I never know when I'm supposed to talk and when, like, there's all these like unspoken rules with collabs that people do. So I'm always like, super awkward. So I'm trying to do more so that I can practice. But I think that's part of why my answer is like so wishy-washy.
Well, my big opinion when it comes to collaborations is that before the collaboration, everybody should meet on voice chat, like at least a half hour before, and there should be some check-ins. People should go
Mm-hmm.
over and just be like, I mean, this is something I actually learned from doing improv. Is like whenever
Mm-hmm.
we do improv at like a public space or something, we do check-ins beforehand to be like, hey, just let people know. It's just like, what are things that you're not comfortable with? What are topics that we should avoid? What's kind of our comfort
Mm-hmm.
level here about certain things, and just do a check-in, because it's like you never know what things somebody might, what might be a sensitive topic to somebody, and it's just good to know ahead of time and just check in and be open about your boundaries. And I think that's an important thing that all VTubers should do before they collaborate. And I feel like it's not
Mm-hmm.
done, and it's important.
Yeah, yeah. I've noticed too that I don't know if this is something you've had a problem with, but there are certain content creators out there that like definitely do not follow a schedule. Like they live by the seat of their pants, and it's impossible to schedule anything with them.
That could be tricky. Um,
Yeah, so I'm just like, yeah, we'll try our best.
Try your best.
Keep it open. Like if you're available this day, you could show up, that's fine, whatever.
Yeah, I feel like if somebody's like, "Hey, we're collabing at this point at this time," it's just like, okay, put that on your calendar. Be there.
I feel like maybe it's because a lot of content creators that I've met at least have ADHD, and I wonder if that contributes to it. But
I
I
think it
don't
could.
know much about it, so.
Yeah. See, it's like I'm really good with like I have ADHD, but I also am
Mm-hmm.
on the spectrum. So like
Mm.
I mean pretty mildly, but like one of my quirks is that like I am very very specific about timing and schedules. And I
Ah.
actually get a little bit
Mm.
upset if like things break the schedule last minute or something like that. So it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you noticed, my streams start 5 minutes before the hour for the countdown, and then they start right at the time. I mean, that's just
Oh
the way I
yeah.
am.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that before the stream, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Because for me, and I think my chat will attest to this, I'll say I'll start at like 7 o'clock, and I won't start till like 7:30, and I'll turn the stream on, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm just not going to bring it up and hope no one mentions it.
But hey, you do you. I mean, I'm not saying that my way is better than your way or your way is better than my way. Everybody just operates a little
Mm-hmm.
differently. And it's just all about communicating when collaborating to just know what expectations you have and what expectations people should have of you. It's just communication. It's the key.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right, let's move on. We're only on question two. So I guess you want to know now is what's your VTuber lore?
A
Who
lot
is
of it is
Kira
still
Hishotori?
a secret,
Oh,
but I do have some things I can reveal.
well, as much as you're comfortable revealing, we'd love to hear it.
Okay, so for people who don't know, I'm a secretary bird VTuber. I showed up on someone's stream recently that they called me a seagull VTuber. I am not a seagull.
How
I am a
offensive!
secretary.
That's horrible!
They're not educated in the burbs, okay? So I forgive them. I forgive them. How foul?
Seagulls are
That's
not
right.
foul.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not waterfowl. Not in the same order.
I used to be a secretary in heaven, and then I came to Earth one day, and now I'm here, being a secretary here on Earth. Yeah, that's the gist of my story. The dude on my left shoulder, or right shoulder for you guys, his name is Fred. he gets bullied a lot by the other coworkers in the office, so he usually sticks by me. For some reason, there's like a big cult that's trying to sacrifice him
That's
by
horrible.
frying him. Yeah, it depends on your perspective, I guess.
Look, I get it. I have a little bird that follows me around too, but I wouldn't mind if he. Oh, stop.
Oh.
Just go
Oh,
away,
it's
Rodney.
Rodney. Oh, he made a cameo appearance.
Yeah, I think he was jealous of Fred. He's like, I want to be the cute little bird sidekick. But Fred is very
What?
cute. I love Fred.
Huh? They want to
What?
fry your Rodney.
No, no frying Rodney. No frying Rodney. Yeah. He heard that.
He
Now,
heard
Fred,
that. Oh no.
giant Rodney.
Oh.
So Fred is a long-tailed tit, correct?
Oh yes. I
Yes.
think you did a bird of the day for Fred's species too, right?
I absolutely did. I believe that was on the episode where you played Jeopardy.
Yeah, I requested it, I think.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes. So we got two birds of the days involving both you and Fred. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, long-tailed tits, I don't know. I might give them the award for cutest birds.
Yeah, they are very cute.
Like those little faces, just those little dot eyes and that little black beak poking out is so cute. It's unbelievably cute.
They probably don't have much meat on them either, so I don't know why people want to fry them.
No, that would not be a good snack. Not a good snack. You need to look. Birds that should be eaten are fowl, land fowl, and waterfowl. The other orders, stay away. Although I don't know. maybe a slow cooked ostrich could be good, but I bet that's really tough and gamey meat. I don't know.
Oh, I think I've seen ostrich sold at the supermarket before. I've never
Probably.
tried it because I don't know how to cook it, but I hear it's dry. It's like breasty, like breasty.
I believe it. Just gotta brine that stuff. Brine it and
Br-
get it.
Brine the breast.
Yeah, brine the breast.
Oh, do you have a good breast recipe?
A recipe?
A recipe?
I mean, when it comes to good cooking, so you want to make a solution of water, and you want to mix in salt, and then citrus juice. I like lemons and oranges, and then you mix in a couple seasonings in there, and then you let that soak in the refrigerator for 1 to 2 days, and then you want to put that on a smoker, and cook it at about 250 degrees at until basically the interior temperature is 165. Depends on how much you want to use it, and then it's going to be nice and tender and juicy, and it's going to be good.
I'll try it. I'm usually not very good at cooking up my breasts.
I would
Yeah.
imagine so. All right, thanks for the follow, Phantomates. Appreciate that. So many wonderful people following today. I love y'all. All right, well, let's move on to the next question. So, what's the game that has the most hours played on your Steam profile? And VTube Studio is not a game; it is software. And it doesn't have to be on Steam. It could be just like, what game have you played the most, video game wise?
I think by far Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel has the most at 1,000 hours.
That's a lot of hours playing cards.
Yeah. But Honkai Star Rail might be coming up a close second at this point.
Did that game just come out recently?
Yeah, like a few months ago, I think. I lost
Still.
track of time. It's fun. It's horrible, though. I don't recommend you get into it unless you have money to spare.
Yeah.
It's a gacha game.
Yeah, I know. I know how those gacha games work. I'm keeping myself away from them because I know I would suddenly be broke if I got into them. Like, I'm sure they're great games, but I know because of my personality, it'd be best for me to not do it. Same with like MMOs. It's like Final Fantasy 14. I'm sure it's a phenomenal game, but I don't want to play it because I know I'll get into it, and before I know it, I'll be, it would take over my life. So I gotta just know my own limitations and say no.
Oh yeah, I wanted to try Final Fantasy 14 because I hear you can have some relations in there, some relations.
Oh my.
I don't want to be a part of it, but I would watch.
Like, if you want to have relations in a game, just play VR chat.
Don't you have to have like a like a special tracky thingy for that?
You don't have to. I mean, you can play. I mean, depends on how realistic you want to do it. I mean, you can play it on a desktop mode. You don't even need VR, but
Oh,
yeah, VR
like an
chat.
MMO almost.
Yeah. But all right, Yu-Gi-Oh and Honkai Star Rail. There you go.
Yes.
So is Yu-Gi-Oh a gacha game as well? Do you have to like pay for like booster packs for more cards or something like that?
Technically, I guess you do, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, which is the game I play, is so free-to-play friendly. You could farm, like if you're consistent with farming, you could build whatever deck you need.
Okay, that's good. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Did you play any card games when you were like, or even now? Have you played any card games?
In middle school and high school, I played Magic the Gathering, and now it's like, but I kind of stopped doing that as soon as I went to college, and now that game is like almost unrecognizable from the game I used to play. It's changed.
That's what happened to Yu-Gi-Oh for me. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. But I mean, I like a good game of poker.
Oh, I've never played poker.
Poker's great. We have a VTuber poker night. There's plenty of free poker programs. We could get play a game of poker.
I'm scared of gambling. I feel like if I start gambling for real, I'll go hard deep, put in like my entire month's rent into, poker games.
Well, we could do something simple and be like, let's do a 10 VTuber tournament, and then like we just like put in like $20 each, and then the winner has the pool of money donated to a charity of their choice, something like that, like a celebrity poker tournament, or like for charity, something like that.
See, the problem is last time I tried to donate to a charity because of hype, I donated like $500.
Nice.
That's like not supposed to be a flex. That's like, okay, great, it's going to charity, but like the second things get hyped up, I like get suckered into it. And then,
get hyped, baby. Get hyped.
Suddenly, all of my money is just gone.
Well, then I would love to play poker with you sometime.
Oh no! No! Oh God!
Well, moving on. What's your favorite bird?
Oh, that's an easy question. A secretary bird.
Okay, besides a secretary bird, besides what you are.
A long-tailed tit.
Okay. You know what? That was an easy question. Yep, you and Fred. I mean, easy. They're both great birds. Mm-hmm. Both great birds.
Yeah, we're the superior birds. Well, other than you, of course.
I mean, crows
you
are the best.
and us are the superior birds. Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah. Okay, so you don't need to know baseball for this one, but in professional baseball, at the home stadium, when a batter's walking up to bat to hit, they'll play like, 15 to 30 seconds of a song to get the crowd and the batter all pumped up and ready to go. So if you were in that, what would your song be?
Oh my gosh, I barely listen to music. Okay. Have you heard of the song Boof Pack?
Boof Pack?
Boof Pack.
I cannot say I've ever heard of that song.
This is okay. I don't know if you want to play it on stream right now because it is actually stream safe. It's a song made by another VTuber. But it's a song about smoking Venus tonight.
Is it the original no sax version or Lil Mosey?
Oh yeah, the original no sax version is A-okay. Either is fine.
Okay, as long as you say that it is safe.
Yeah, it's because Lord Aethelstan made it, and he is very streamer friendly because he himself is a streamer.
Nice.
Great choice. Oh yeah, Kyoko knows.
I'm off a big sack. Smoking big dick tonight. I'm off a booth pack. Pounding beef on his back. She
What
wanna
is
big
this?
butt, big slut with
What do you
a hot hat.
mean?
I'm off a booth pack. Smoking
Do you
beans
like
tonight.
it?
I'm off a big sack. Smoking big dick tonight. I'm off a booth pack. Pounding beef on his back. She want a big nut, big slut. Well, I'm on that. Like a pond, like a pussy, like
Okay, I think that's enough of that. Okay, wow. Wow. Okay.
That's some good music, right? I feel
Yes.
like that would be a great walk-up music for a pro baseball thingy.
I think it needs to happen. I think that would be great. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I would pick.
Wow, love it. Jesus Christ. So, what's a location you'd love to visit?
For the first time? Or
I mean, you could go
again?
back somewhere you've been before, but let's say you've got an unlimited budget and you get to travel anywhere you want. Where would you go?
I think I would want to probably spend like a month in Japan. I went before to Tokyo and I spent a few weeks there, but I haven't been like to the other regions. I want to go to like Okinawa and Kyoto and like all of the other places outside of just Tokyo. That would be really fun. I love Japan so much.
Yeah, Japan
Osaka,
is just,
yeah.
Yeah, just, I mean, and there's so much to see and do with Japan. It's such a wonderful country, and it's like, even if you like, nature and outdoors, there's a lot of really beautiful natural beauty in Japan. But then, yeah, Tokyo, what a city.
Yeah, it's so exciting. There's like I said, I spent 2 whole weeks there, and I still feel like I didn't get to see everything. So it was fun.
Sweet. Yeah, Japan. Sans I hear a lot on this, but for good reason.
Really?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, come on, it's VTubing and it's a bunch of weebs. Everyone wants to go to Japan.
Okay. Second answer then, so I could be different. Thailand. I love Thai food. So
Thailand would be cool. Yeah, so much beautiful architecture, and again, more natural beauty. Yes.
and the food is so good. The seafood. I'm making myself hungry.
Oh, I mean, to me, food's the best reason to travel. So much good food around the world. Yes. Okay, so, what was your best subject in school? Ow.
Oh, did you get smacked again?
Yeah, more peanuts flying at my head.
Oh yeah, my chat likes to throw peanuts at me too. Weird how it works. The subject I liked the most was biology, but the subject I was best at was chemistry. Yeah,
Chemistry.
For a long time, I wanted to be a toxicologist.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah, so I could be involved in like warfare, poisons and stuff like that. You know what I mean. Like nuclear weapons of mass biological and chemical destruction. That kind of stuff for the government.
To help develop these things, or to help develop cures for them? To stop them?
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Should I be scared right now?
No, I never finished that degree. It's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, apparently they phased out that major for some weird reason. So I went into biology instead.
Nice. I was always good at biology, but chemistry, I sucked at chemistry. It's too much
I
math.
didn't realize how much. Yeah, exactly. I was like, man, this is way more math than I was expecting. Screw chemistry.
Yeah, it's like chemistry and physics are just math. I like biology. I mean, there's a little math in biology, but not as much.
Yeah, I got to take like I mean, like, if I did my chemistry, I had to take, like, calculus and stuff, but for my biology classes, I got to take, like, animal mating and human reproduction. So I got to really learn about, like, how different animals reproduce. It was really fun.
Yes, that's neat stuff. Fascinating
Yeah.
stuff.
Lots of
Yes.
videos.
Mm-hmm. Cool,
Yep.
cool. Either way, you're a science lady. A bird of science. We like it. We like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so, well, what's a book that you really love, and maybe it has special meaning for you?
A book I really love. Oh man. I'll be honest, I haven't read that many books in the last few years. The last book I read was
Maybe from your childhood?
from oh, that would be too much thinking. I'll say the last book that I enjoy and remember in recent memory is called KonMari.
KonMari.
Yeah. It's like, hold on, let me see if I can find. There's like several types now, but it's pretty much like she has like a lot of different books. But her first book that came up was like The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And it's just like a philosophy on how you should be cleaning your home so you can live a happy, minimal, clutter-free life. And I think I listened to that like 5 times.
It's just like the if something does not spark joy, get rid of it
Yeah,
type thing. Oh,
yeah,
the
she
Marie
went
Kondo.
viral.
Marie Kondo,
Yeah,
yes. I
Marie
know.
Kondo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she did the KonMari method and made like a whole bunch of books and even a manga for it, I guess.
Really, a manga? Wow.
Yeah, I guess she's Japanese, so maybe the manga helped with marketing. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's my favorite book. The special meaning is it helps me stay sane when I clean, so that motivates me to clean.
And is your house clean? Is your living space neat and tidy? Are there things around you that do not spark joy?
It's a work in progress. Forever will be, but at least the heart's in the right place, right?
Yeah. Gotta get the heart in the right place. Gotta do that.
Yeah.
Look, I ain't judging you. I mean, I could do a little tidying around here. So many things to look at. It's like, am I ever gonna need this again? Well, but maybe someday I will.
I think it's more for me like I work full time and then after I work on stream stuff and then I stream. So I have like that streamer untidiness, you know? Like the stereotypical like streamer has like dishes in their sink and they need to take their trash out or maybe hire a maid or something, you know.
You
that
just gotta
sort of
get
stuff.
Fred to clean up for you.
Oh, I wish. They're kind of small, you know? I feel like I walk around, sometimes I accidentally kick them. They go flying.
Oh, no.
They're very durable, though. That's okay. Very tough.
Yes. Well, I think Kyoko's right. You just gotta give him a little maid outfit. That's all he needs.
And send
right
it to
outfit.
work. Yeah,
Just right
okay,
outfit.
that's true. I'll commission a little maid outfit for him. That'll
There we
help.
go. Yes. Perfect.
Yes.
All right, so this is always a fun one. If you could be instantly talented at any skill, what would it be? And I mean like both naturally talented, but also like have the experience of putting the 10,000 hours in.
We were talking about this earlier, so this is fresh in my mind. But improv?
Ah!
I know, like, part of being a streamer is improving, but I'm not naturally good at improving, so I have to study a lot. And it definitely is hard for me too. Yeah, so if
Well-
I could do that, that would be fun.
And, you know, as somebody who does improv, like, look, there are people who are naturally funny. This is true. But improv is a skill. And like any other skill, You need to practice it and practice it and practice it and watch people who know more than you and learn from people who know more than you. And like, the people, our famous improvisers like your Colin Mockeries and your Wayne Brady's, like those guys have put in the hours. They have put in the work to get to where they were. And, to be a good improviser, it's a skill just like anything else, and it's a skill you got to practice. And a lot of people, it's not just going up there and just making stuff on the stop. There are rules to improv. Like there's do's and don'ts.
Oh, interesting. See, I don't know any of this. I really should look it up, huh?
Well, I mean,
maybe they have free courses.
Maybe I would check your local improv theaters. Pretty much all of them offer classes, and you can take a basic 101 class. And a basic 101 class, depending on the theater, could cost. It'd usually be like an 8-week course that could cost anywhere between like $100 and $200. But sometimes they do have free drop-in classes where you can hop in and just learn a little bit and do a little bit of basics and stuff. So I mean, it depends on the theater. Like there's 3 main theaters here in Minneapolis, and like they all offer completely different programs and stuff. And but a little 101 class couldn't hurt to do, and it doesn't hurt to just look and see what's in your area. You never know.
Yeah, for sure.
And obviously, if you're in New York, Chicago, or LA, there's like a million options. But,
I can imagine, yeah.
But I'm sure pretty much any major city's going to have theaters and stuff. So it's worth just taking a look.
Yeah, I'll definitely look. It's not too much money either. And it'll probably help to get me out of the house.
Could be, yeah. Well, and the thing is, it's just like, I took classes at a theater, and several of the people that were in class with me have become good friends.
Oh yeah, friends. That's true. Those exist.
It's a great community.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to check it out.
I just want to give a hello. I see there's some more people popping in the chat, so welcome everybody. Thank you for coming to my stream. It's great to see you all. Thank you for coming. Had a lot of that first time chat notifications today. It's great. You seem to have a lot of great fans, Kira.
Oh yes,
so many
they're
wonderful
very
people.
nice. I'm very lucky. I have some cool people in my chat.
All right. So, what's the first job you ever had? Was it secretary?
Oh man. No, actually. So when I was growing up, I was not allowed to have a job. So in college, when I moved away from my family, I snuck and got a job at a Japanese-style hot dog food truck. So I got to make Japanese-style hot dogs, and it was really fun. It was all under the table and stuff. So it was just like, it was just under the table, like, payments. I don't know why it was like that. But
if you're ever wondering why a business does something like that, it's tax avoidance. It's always tax avoidance.
Oh, see, at that time I was so young, I didn't understand. I'm like, money. But yeah, it was interesting. We would have to like have shifts where we would have to dress up in a hot dog costume and then go and try to get people to come to the shop. And we would like we would bargain with each other because no one wanted to do it.
Wow, but I'm curious, what makes a hot dog a Japanese style hot dog?
They were like Japanese flavors. So on top we would have like Kewpie mayo, eel sauce, seaweed shreds, bonito flakes, stuff like that. So very like Japanese inspired flavors.
Okay, yeah. So just take a hot dog and add Japanese ingredients. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Did you have any tempura fried hot dogs?
I don't think so actually, because we didn't have a fryer in our little truck.
That would make it hard. Yeah.
We had like those fancy hot dogs, not like the normal hot dogs. We had the ones with the actual real intestine. So like when you would bite into it, it would have that snap sound. And my boss was so proud of it. He's like, a real hot dog has to have that snap. If it doesn't have the snap, it's not a real hot dog. I'm like, okay.
Gotta have to snap.
Yeah, they were very tasty hot dogs. We definitely cannibalized the inventory a little bit, but I did pay for them, so
There you go. Hey, look, that's just part of your paycheck, you know? It's one of the
yeah.
perks of the job.
They were very tasty. Yup, yup.
All right, so, what's your favorite beverage? And I mean, just like, this is special occasion, not like your everyday drink. Like, you sit down, in a special occasion, you can have whatever beverage you want. What would you pick?
A special occasion beverage? Oh man, okay.
Or maybe think of it as a last meal beverage.
A last meal. Oh, okay.
Maybe that's a little too grim.
I'll say my daily drinker is tea, of course, but if I had to do a last meal beverage, I'm a sucker for durian smoothies, which is really hard to find.
It's hard to
Have you
find
had
somebody
durian
willing to work
before?
with durian.
Yeah,
I've had durian
lot
a
of-
couple times. It tastes way better than it smells.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it smells and tastes good, but yeah, I honestly believe it tastes way different from how it smells too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so durian smoothie, if I can find it.
Nice.
Yeah, you're talking about a drink. I feel like most people would like. What do most people mention for this? Like a wine or
Oh,
like?
we've had a wide variety of answers for this. I don't think we've had any consistency on this question. It's been all over the place.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, that's what makes this one a fun question because everybody seems to have something different. There's lots of great stuff.
Yeah, that would definitely be my special occasion beverage. But I inhale tea. I'm drinking tea right now. I had tea this morning. So if you're
Nice.
talking about favorite, that would probably honestly be my favorite. But if you're talking about last meal, then yeah, durian smoothie.
All right. No, that's good. You know, I kind of like having both a favorite and your special occasion one. I like that. Good drinks.
Yes.
I recently learned, so it's like, it's like we have on our menu at so many places something called a chai tea. And of course, chai is just the word for tea.
Tea, yeah.
It's like saying tea. Well, so I was like, okay, we're not supposed to call it chai tea since that just means tea. So what is the proper term for that particular blend of tea? And it turns out it's supposed to be called masala tea. So or
Which
like
is just
masala chai.
spiced. Yeah,
Masala
it's
chai.
just spiced tea. Also, I love tea teas. Yeah.
Because that's one of
Big
my
fan.
favorites.
Tea teas?
Yeah. tea.
Yeah.
We
me
love a good
too.
tea.
Oh, I love a good tea. Yeah.
Oh, give me a nice big tea. Although sometimes you want a small tea. You know, they're both great. You know.
Yeah. It just depends mostly on the cup at that time. Anyways,
Moving on. So what's the biggest thing that you geek out about?
nowadays, other than content creation stuff, like I love talking with other streamers and content creators about like the behind the scenes stuff. But other than that, I will say tea.
Moving on, more about tea. Just
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of tea.
do you do a wide variety of tea flavors? You know, do you like to change it up a lot?
Yeah, I think I actually did. Did I do tea as one of the Jeff Birdie? I can't remember what I did, tea or gardening.
I think we did gardening. I don't remember.
Must have
doing,
been gardening,
Yeah, must have
yeah.
been gardening. Yeah.
Yeah. I have like over 1,000 flavors of tea in my house. More than
Awesome.
anyone should ever have.
Do you ever make your own blends, or do you just get like mixes that are already in bags?
I get I will say about 60 to 70% of my tea is loose leaf, so I can make my own blend if I want. But I'm usually too lazy for that. I just pick one and drink it. Yeah. I haven't gotten that hardcore in making my own blends. I usually just buy people's pre-made blends.
I mean, usually those blends are existing and pre-sold for a reason. People have already put in
hmm
the work to
hmm
make something good.
Yeah. I definitely think my passion is more of like after the brewing, how do I make the tea taste good rather than like making the tea blended together? Because I know a lot of random vendors make their own really cool blends, especially like the geeky, the geeky themed tea blends always amuse me so much.
I thought geeks just liked Earl Grey hot.
Earl,
It's a Star Trek thing. Star Trek.
I never
That
watched Star Trek.
Captain Picard's favorite drink was tea Earl Grey hot.
I see. Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be
The
honest,
bald
I've
guy.
I've tried Earl Grey a few times. I don't like it. It's not. I don't like it. It's not good. It's not for me.
It's a unique flavor. It's the only tea really that uses the bergamot
Mm.
flavoring, which is why it tastes a little odd for some people.
Well, what is your favorite tea flavor? Like, what's your favorite blend that you usually have?
Oh, I can't pick a favorite between all my babies. But if I were forced at gunpoint, I would probably choose an oolong. I like they have a
Mm,
nice, clean, crisp flavor. You know, they're
yeah,
refreshing.
quite.
Oh, have you had oolong?
I've had it a couple times. Yeah, it's
Oh,
good.
okay. So you at least know what I'm talking about to some
Yeah.
degree.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's been
Okay.
a
Okay.
while. It's been a while, but I know I've had it.
I like oolongs a lot.
Look, back in college, I had my Japanese obsession days, so I had to try everything.
Yeah. Oh, Japanese teas are also very unique.
Wait, oolong is a type of Japanese tea, right? Or
Oolong is actually well, they have Japanese oolongs, but they're most well known in Taiwan and China.
okay,
Yeah.
that actually, yeah, that makes more sense. I don't really know a
Mhm.
lot
Mhm.
about. I don't really know a lot about tea, to be honest.
Yeah. No, there's so many kinds. I'm not gonna get started on it. So before I go down that path, quick, quick run for your life.
Hey, I mean, this question kind of leads towards people getting onto things and getting down rabbit holes. It's kind of what it's designed to do.
Oh, so are you inviting me to open up the floodgate?
Nope, nope. We're moving on.
Oh, okay, okay, we're moving on.
So, what's your favorite holiday, and how do you celebrate?
Oh, this is gonna be okay. I love Valentine's Day,
Oh, wow, that's
even
an
if I'm single.
Valentine's Day is a new answer. Nobody said that before. What do you
Really?
like about Valentine's Day?
I like because like it's like so lovey-dovey, you know, and people are always so much more willing to talk about relationships and their past juicy relationship secrets. And I just love getting all deep with people like that, you know?
Hmm,
Mhm.
I don't
It
know,
just
but
it just
I trust you.
oh, no, yeah, it just opens up conversation for people to like, you know, talk about their juicy ex and their current relationships and stuff like that. Their their insecurities with love, stuff like that, you know?
Okay, now that last point I can talk to you all about.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. People are like more open around that holiday because it just comes up more in conversation. Because people will be like, hey, do you have any plans for Valentine's Day? You know?
Yeah,
And
well,
you
I mean,
spark
I'm
the
interested to
whole
hear what
thing.
you kind of say and like exactly what you like about it because I'm not gonna lie, Valentine's Day has always been my least favorite holiday.
Why?
Because well, for the vast majority of them, I was single, and for the ones where
Mm.
I wasn't single, it's just like when I'm single, it feels like a reminder that I'm single. And when I'm in a
Oh.
relationship, it feels like an obligation to do something special rather than something you want to do. So I don't know. It's But yeah,
Oh, I see. I understand. Hmm. Yeah, I will say that the pressure that the holiday puts on people to do something does make it a little bit less special. If I were to think about the last few times that I've been in a relationship for Valentine's Day, when my partner planned stuff out, it usually did not end up going well. But like, I think for me being single for Valentine's Day isn't a sad thing. I think it's happy. And it's a time for me to celebrate my singleness and treat myself. Like take myself on a date, you know?
I can see
So I'll
that. You
get
know,
myself chocolate. I'll get myself a big bouquet of flowers.
that is a way healthier way of approaching it than I ever did. I was more like
Yeah.
what Cannon Fodder's saying. My Valentine date would be Jack Daniels, but not necessarily Jack
Oh.
Daniels. I took some other men out on dates, like Jose Cuervo or Captain Morgan, or
Well, I guess it's like for me being single isn't something it's something to be celebrated in its own way. But I think maybe it's because I have a lot of confidence that eventually I'll find somebody if I'm single, which I know for guys, especially like in the whole dating scene now, is a little bit harder. So I totally understand why it could be a depressing holiday for people.
But I mean, honestly, the depressing at it, like I think, the way that you're talking about it, I think your approach to it is
Mm.
way healthier and productive and better than the other viewpoint on it. So, I'm actually really glad you answered that because I think you've given a really fascinating and interesting and kind of pretty insightful answer to it. It's pretty
Really?
good. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely have my Valentine's Day self-love routine. I get a special chocolate from a specific Japanese fancy chocolate brand, and then that's it. It's expensive. It's like $20 for a box of chocolate, and it's like I don't know, 6 inches by 6 inches.
That's expensive
Don't
for
say
a small
goodbye.
box. What is that
I
like?
know, it's called Royce chocolate.
Is it
It's
like
a Japanese brand.
so is it like 16 chocolates, like a 4x4 chocolates?
Oh, yeah, I think it is.
Hmm.
It's a special type of Japanese chocolate called Nama chocolate,
Huh.
which they use with a lot of milk, so it ends up being like a really moist, luxurious, creamy, truffly experience, which they usually infuse with like alcohol of some sort. Like
That
Jack
sounds
Daniels.
delicious. That sounds delicious, yes.
Yeah.
Ah, not gonna lie, Jack
hmm
Daniels is like my least favorite whiskey. It's so bad.
I've never had it.
It's not good.
It's like it's a cheapo one, right? Like the
Yeah,
the
it's
college whiskey.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like Grey Goose for the vodka.
Grey Goose is expensive. It's not top
Really?
shelf, but Grey Goose is like on a 1 being rot gut and 10 being like the finest out there. Or Grey Goose is like a 7.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah,
anything about alcohol.
yeah. No,
Wh-
Grey Goose is a premium brand.
What's the Kirkland brand?
Kirkland Grand, I think, is like a salt in terms of its quality. It's like a 6 in quality for like a 1 in price. It is the best value out there.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. I'm trying to think of bottles I've seen at like friends' houses because I don't drink myself, and I'm like Grey Goose and the Kirkland brand were the two that I saw. Which is
No,
for people who don't know Kirkland, it's a Costco
yep.
brand name.
No, Kirkland, if you want to get decent quality booze at rock bottom prices, Kirkland is the way to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it works. Great for college students.
yeah. And 38-year-old crows.
Yeah. hmm
All right. So what's your favorite game that's not a video game? So, like card game, board game, yard game, even a
Ooh.
sport.
Um, when I have friends that I can touchable friends, I like to play. Oh, you're getting tiny all of a sudden.
Oh, sorry, I was
I'll
having
play.
a drink and so it lost connectivity.
Oh, I was like, are you
It's
okay?
blocking my face.
Sinking into the bread. It's that
Staying
comfortable.
hydrated. I don't need Kyoko to tell me to stay hydrated.
Oh yes, you can hydrate yourself. Dang it, that's right, Kyoko. What was I saying?
Something about playing a game with friends, but you didn't say what it was.
Oh yeah, when I have friends, I love to play tabletop games. My favorite tabletop game is this like a indie board game called Adventure Quest?
Adventure Quest.
Yeah, it's like a shop simulator game. You know like where you know those like MMO or not MMO or like RPG indie games where you run a shop and you like you have to like sell to adventurers and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. That was my favorite one. Otherwise, what's it called? Wingspan is also really fun, which I know
Yes.
you know.
Yes, yeah, I love Wingspan. I do very much
Yeah.
love Wingspan.
I think I have two of the expansions, and I think there's a third one or a fourth? I don't remember. I need to collect them all.
There's Europe, Asia, and Pacifica.
Oh, I
Or
think I don't have
Oceania, not
Pacific.
Pacifica,
Yeah, I
Oceania.
don't have Oceania yet. I think that's the newest one that came out.
Yep, and that one actually, instead of just expanding birds, it actually adds new gameplay mechanics and new boards and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
game probably the best game out there to introduce people to birds in like a fun way
Yep. I think they're
for
working
people who
on
aren't normally.
they're working on Africa right now, I believe. It's an expansion. And Africa will
Oh,
be amazing. There's so many great birds in Africa. And
like
then
me.
then after that, I imagine that they'll do South America, and with South America, they'll probably include Antarctica with South America, because there's like
Oh,
5
yeah.
birds that live in Antarctica.
Yeah.
Adelie penguins, emperor
Mhm.
penguins, some albatross,
Mhm.
and some petrels and gulls.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, but Africa, I mean, God, there's so many birds in Africa that are so great. You got your hornbills, ostriches, weavers. I mean, so many great birds. So many great
Like
birds.
me.
And then the secretary bird. The secretary bird would be in the African expansion.
Yeah. I hope they come out with it soon. It's been a long time since they released another expansion.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it'll be out soon. I mean, it's a popular game.
Mhm.
Cool. So on a scale of 1 being super say so and 10 being very lewd, where do you think you rank?
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh, I
chat,
don't know where to
spam your
answer
answer. Where do
this.
you think she stands, chat? You know her.
Funny, funny one who's watched my streams. Do you guys have? Okay, I'm not like a. I had this conversation with chat recently. No one thinks I'm a lewd tuber, but I'm not say so either.
I
They
mean,
call me like a sus tuber, you know?
people in the
So
chat are saying you're a 10. You're not a 10. I've seen it. You're not
I'm
a
definitely
10.
not a 10, no.
I mean, you have a very healthy attitude towards the subject. But I think because you're not just constantly just being
Mm-mm.
openly sexual and stuff on stream. I mean, I would put you more like I would say you're around a 7 based off of my
That's what I was gonna
estimations.
say, yeah. I was gonna say around a 7. But like when I think 10, I'm thinking of like hardcore lewd-tubers who like,
Mm-hmm.
have content that is not safe for Twitch.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a 10, you ain't on Twitch.
Yeah. Or you just have to be like extremely suggestive. Because I definitely have friends who are like definitely lewd tubers, and her like personality is like a mistress, you know? Like bully chat and stuff, step on them sort of thing. So nothing
Mm-hmm.
like, necessarily Twitch bannable, but that's not really something I do that much, I think.
No, I think during your streams you're pretty wholesome. It's more on Twitter where your dirty side seems to come out.
Yeah. Well, I do have jokes on stream, I think. But I
Yeah.
think that's just my humor tends to be very lewd.
Mm-hmm. But it's the Kira after hours where the true.
You've
Yeah, I get it.
seen that part?
You posted it on Twitter. I kind of can't not see it.
Oh, that's what you mean. Never mind. I thought you saw something. Nothing happened. No, don't
Oh,
worry about it.
there might be something I'm not aware of. Oh
I thought you were
my.
talking about while I'm still on stream, you know?
Oh no. Well, I mean, from what I've seen you on stream, yeah, you like innuendo and stuff like that. But on stream,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'd say you're. I mean, you're kind of middle of the road. You're not super pure and say so, but you're not being totally lewd and out there on stream. I think it's fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
good.
I agree. I agree. I definitely don't say 10, but somewhere between 6 to 7-ish. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds about right. So what's the weirdest food you've ever eaten?
Um, it's hard because you have to define weird.
I guess what normal people would consider to be highly unusual.
Normal where?
United States.
Okay, North America normal. Okay.
Yeah.
I will say the food that gets the most reaction from people when I say I've had it and love it is balut.
Oh god. Yeah. 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 I know what
Yeah,
that
see?
is. Yeah. Yeah. You get that reaction from me. You actually had that, huh? How was it?
Oh, I love it. I have it regularly.
Really?
There's like a vendor near me that specializes in balut. So I go specifically to them. I like it. Yeah. But I like it, like, I have a preference. You know, like, it's gonna be a little messed up because I know they're baby birds, you know? Just me eating babies.
But they're just
like,
chickens. They're just chickens. It's okay.
oh, I usually eat
Thanks
the
for the
duck ones.
follow.
But I usually like the ones that are really young, so I don't like it when they're too developed, you know?
Somebody clip just those words.
Why? Oh no! Oh god! Yeah, they're too crunchy when they've developed too much. Hashtag cancelled. Oh no.
Oh, we're terrible. We're terrible.
Yeah. So I think depending on where you are in the world, that's not considered weird. But in North America, when I say that, people are like, "What the heck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, I don't think I would ever have it. That's not for me. Whoop.
Yeah. The egg fluids from like the placental membrane just really taste delicious, like a wonderful earthy soup.
Soup.
Yum.
Well, I think we should move on from this one before it gets even weirder. So what is something that you really wish you understood?
Oh.
I know. We suddenly got deep and philosophical here.
I have an answer, yeah. I would say people. I'm really like slouch a little bit. I'm slouching. Okay.
People are hard
I
to
would say
understand. Wait,
people.
the bread moved in front of me.
Oh.
It's okay. I'm just gonna nibble on it while you answer.
Oh. Here, I'll scoot it over to the side. I thought you would be hungry for a second. I would say people, yeah. For me, I feel like I think this is I've always wondered if I have like ADHD or autism or something, but I feel like I have a hard time understanding people. So I have to watch them very carefully to try to understand how they think. And I have to ask a lot of questions. Sometimes I feel like I'm an alien who was put on Earth, and I'm like, well, of course, I'm not a human myself, so I am kind of like an alien that was put on Earth. But like, yeah, there's just such strange creatures, you know?
No, I get it. I don't understand why so many people act the way they do and think the way they do, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's like you look at a situation, or without getting too political, you look at a politician, and other people look at that same politician, and it's like you're looking. It's like, are you looking at the same person that I am? Stuff like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, if people were, I wish people came easily to me, but they don't come as easily as I wish.
Yeah, I have trouble when I'm with people. They just don't come easily. I get it.
Yeah. You have to like really try really hard to like understand them, you know?
I get
Yeah. So that it comes to you easily.
Yep,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one day people will come easily on us. I mean, to us.
See, now we're getting lewd again. Unsay so.
Whoa,
Unsay
what do you
so.
mean?
No, I don't mean anything. Okay. So, what's the worst scuff or technical malfunction you ever had on stream?
Oh, I don't know if it happened like on stream necessarily, or if it did, it was like so long ago. But if I forget to turn on my V-bridger, which is what makes my mouth move like extra special ways,
Ooh.
for some reason my upper teeth don't move. So my mouth just looks like it's all gums, like pink gums. And it looks really cursed. So it's like, oh, I can't even show it.
See,
My gums are like hidden.
That's why you
Yeah.
gotta have a beak. Don't have to
Yeah,
worry about any
oh.
of that.
I don't really like the aesthetic of a beak on my human form, personally.
Wow, rude. Okay, no, I get it. I get it. I get it.
I mean, on my human form. But like, if I'm in like bird form, yeah, that's normal, right?
Right, guys. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if just forgetting to turn on something simple like that's actually not too bad. That's not too bad at all.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, there's scuff all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much scuff, it's become a normality for me. So it doesn't seem like anything's worse or less worse than others.
So no big scuff, just lots of micro scuff.
It depends on what you consider big scuff.
I mean, like something that literally causes like a giant problem through the entire stream, like literally can't get a game working, or game keeps crashing, or you are muted for a half hour, or something like that.
I feel like if it were a mute problem, chat would tell me.
Yeah, they would.
If it's like a game is scuffed, I would just pivot to another game. You know? Like, I'll just pivot if necessary, if things aren't working out how they're supposed to. Or I'll say, well, sucks for you, chat. You don't have this function. You're not able to throw peanuts at me today.
Oh yeah, I've had tits malfunctions before.
Oh yeah, my tits malfunction all the time. I don't know if it's me, how I set it up, or...
But as we can see, it's not
speaking of which-
malfunctioning on my end today.
Oh yeah, your tits are working perfectly today. Oh, they thought you were hungry.
I got bread, folks. I got bread.
Drink some water.
Gotta drink some more water.
Oh, we'll hydrate. We'll both hydrate.
Delicious.
Mm.
All right, well, after we do that, so, you're gonna be trapped on a desert island, and you only get to bring 3 movies with you that you gotta watch for the rest of your life, and that's all you get. What 3 movies would you bring?
Oh, I'm not much of a movie person.
Really? Well, what 3 movies do you think
Yeah.
you've watched the most already in your life?
Oh, Spirited Away for sure. I've watched that well over 50 times.
Oh, that quality choice. A quality choice.
Yeah, that was my childhood. Screw Disney, just Ghibli.
I mean, Ghibli definitely has a better ratio of quality to crap. There's only one Ghibli movie I've ever seen that I did not like.
Oh, which one?
Earwig and the Witch or something. It's the newest one. It's
Oh,
terrible.
I've never. Well, I think nowadays Hayao Miyazaki isn't as involved with it. Like, Ghibli has been passed down to his
Yeah.
children and co-owners or something.
Yeah, Miyazaki was not involved in it. It was
Yeah,
just
and I
Studio
think the magic came from Miyazaki.
But like, you know, he didn't do Grave of the Fireflies, and that's a masterpiece.
That's true. A Silent Voice is really depressing. I feel like I should have like a practical movie about surviving on a desert island. Maybe a documentary on like a 15-hour long documentary on how to survive on a desert island. I'm sure it exists. I just can't put a name to it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Some Studio
Going-
Ghibli, some depression, and some practical.
Important to have some practical stuff, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and the depression.
Lovely.
Yep.
Okay, final question. What advice would you give yourself before the first time you ever streamed?
Don't overthink it. Just do it. Just do it. just turn on the stream. Whatever happens, happens. If it's gonna be scuffed, it's gonna be scuffed. If things aren't perfect, that's a-okay. Like, that's also the advice I would give myself before debut too, because I feel like it's supposed to be this huge, big, momentous event, and for me, thinking about it that way just made me really anxious and nervous about doing it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm personally going to just say, whatever happens, it happens.
Don't overplan it. Don't overthink it. Just go out there and be you. It's good advice.
Yeah.
It's real good advice.
Well, planning is still, I think, helpful, but like once the planning is done, there's no need to like go back over the plans again and again and again to like make it perfect, right?
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I do a lot of planning before Sunday Dusk, but, but I also got to be ready. I don't know what my guest is going to say. Gotta get out there
Yeah.
and just roll with it.
Yeah.
I mean, how many questions have I asked you since we've started doing this that weren't one of the 21 questions? It's all follow-up questions, you know?
I'm sure a lot, but I
lot.
haven't remembered.
It's been a good, fun conversation, and we're at the end of the list now. So
Is that it?
that's it. That was
Wow.
21. That was so much fun.
Yeah, 21 questions. Are we best friends now? Have I kicked off
Well, I don't.
all
I
your
don't
other?
want to. I mean, I know Benta had to leave, but Dre's still here. Hasio's. The Cannon Fodder's still here. I don't want to. But we're pretty good friends. We're pretty darn good friends.
Oh,
And
good,
Kyoko's here. She's another one of it. But you can.
okay.
I don't know. It's like, could I welcome you into my inner circle? I think I could. Maybe.
Your inner circle.
Oh, I got an inner circle of VTubers. I do.
I'm in the inner circle.
Are ya? We need to collab a few more times, I think.
Yeah, I think we do. I do. We're not like we don't like chat on a daily basis or anything like that. We're just we're
We're good friends.
long time
Yeah.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, it's actually the most important time of the day.
Oh.
It's time for something y'all have been waiting for. We gotta get to Bird of the Day. Shall we go to Bird of the Day?
Oh. Yeah, bird of the day.
Oh, the video's still up. I've spoiled it. Go away. There we go. Well, why don't you hop on over where I am, and I'll move down to here. Yeah, you just scoot over there. Now just hang out by the bread. Okay. Well, welcome everybody to Carvest Twigs Bird of the Day. Please ignore the little video that you already saw. But if you've been following me the last few weeks, Susie did a color wheel of 8 different birds of 8 different colors, and we have now completed 5 of those, leaving only 3 left. And, well, this week we are going to be coloring the color orange. And some may say this is the most orange of all birds. That there is no bird more orange than this bird. What bird am I talking about? I'm talking about the Guinean cock of the rock. And why do I say this is more orange than the other bird? Well, I mean, Kira, tell me why this bird is more orange than any other bird.
Because it's cock colored?
If you see a cock that's discolored, I'm afraid you can go to the doctor immediately, please. I was saying more because if you look at the top of their head, doesn't that kind of look like an orange slice?
Oh, I did not pick up what you were putting down there, but now that you say
Clearly
it like
not.
that. I see it, yes.
Yes. The Guinean cock of the rock. An orange bird with literally looks like an orange slice on the top of his head. And I mean, what a name. The Guinean cock of the rock. One of two species of cock of the rock. There's the Guinean cock of the rock and the Andean cock of the rock. Both of them are South American birds, but as you can see, this fella lives in northern South America. So kind of on the northern parts of the Amazon basin. A jungle bird, if you would. They are about 12 inches long and with about a 7 to 8 inch wingspan, which is actually pretty small wingspan for the size of bird they are. But a lot of that is because their tails can get pretty long. Because usually wingspans can be much larger than length, but this is kind of the opposite for this one. They weigh about 7.1, 7.8 ounces. And an average lifespan about 7 years, which for a passerine bird is not too bad. That puts them about same average lifespan as a wild crow. So, about 7 years. And yeah, even though they kind of look like a tropical parrot, they are a passerine, just like crows and sparrows and finches and tits, in the same order of birds. So, of course, that is like half of all the birds on the planet are a passerine. But it's what they are. And such cute little birds. I just love that crest on their head. It's such an unusual looking crest. He's like, look at me. I got an orange on my head. He's a pretty bird. So, why do they call him a cock of the rock? Because the nests are usually built on cliff sides. They like to build them up high up, out of the way on rocks. So they're a cock of the rock because they build a nest on a rock. And as I said, they live in the thick forests of the Amazon, but in kind of some of the more mountainous regions of the northern part of the Amazon. Now, interesting thing is that they do a mating display called lekking. And what lekking is I guess you could say it's kind of similar to what happens at human dance clubs, where the males all kind of put on their best moves, but there's a lot of males, and the males kind of all gather together, and the ladies are there too, and the males are going to put on like little dances and little songs and shake their feathers and poof up their feathers and try and be like, hey, I'm the best one around here. And the ones who are successful will have a female approach them, and then they'll do a little bit of mating, and that's the end of it for the male. Once they've done the mating. But the thing is, the males are going to try and mate with as many females as possible. They're not going to stop at one. Once they've mated with one, they're like, cool, that was fun, babe. Who else wants some? But the females might also mate with multiple males. It's basically, I don't know how to put this. Kira, I don't know how to put this. It's an orgy. They just have an orgy.
Oh,
they just all get out there, and all the males are doing their displays, and the females go to the ones that they like, and it's big swinging. And then when the females are like, all right, I've got enough guys today, they will fly off and leave the men alone. And actually they fly kind of far away from where the mating, like often mating takes place like right where the babies are going to be like laid, but no, the females will fly like maybe up to a mile away from it, because they want to be in a place that's a little more secluded to build their nests. And the females will build the nests using like mud and vegetation, and they actually use their saliva as kind of a glue to make it. And they're going to lay 2 eggs there, and the females are going to do pretty much all the incubating by themselves. And because it's such a warm climate, they're able to leave the eggs for short periods of time to go feed themselves. Whereas, like in some colder climates, the females will stay on the nest while the males will feed them. But nope, the females do all of it on their own. Single moms. They incubate the eggs themselves, and then once they're born, they do all the feeding of the 2 chicks. And usually they're only going to do that once a year. Yeah, the females do all of it. So, yeah, bunch of deadbeat dads. Nothing but deadbeat dads for these guys. But the males usually just going to be off on their own then. And that's what they do. Now, you want to see a little video? We got a fun little video. I'll play a little video so you can see what they sound like. Easy to spot them in the forest. And you can see they do sometimes flock up with a bunch of others. But this is actually a situation where we are watching a little bit of lecking there. That was some males lecking with some females. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how their crest goes all the way over the top of their beak. It's like it's just a part of their head. And they think that the sole reason for that crest is it's all sexual mating display. It's all about, hey baby, mate with me. I have the best orange slice. Just such a weird looking bird.
Although its feathers are so scuffed.
I know, right?
Just want to pluck them.
They're not big singers, as you can hear. They're not among the best singers in the world. They really display more on visuals and dance to lure their mates. Okay, that's enough of that. So, yeah. Now, these guys are omnivorous. They're going to eat both small fruits and insects. So, not too picky. Not too picky at all. Usually, most of the year, they're solitary. But sometimes they do kind of flock up together. Often you get, like, gangs, like, especially, like, young males that aren't quite at breeding age yet, because they actually don't reach breeding age until like 3 or 4 years old, which is really unusual. Most passerine birds, once like at a year old, they'll start having babies, but not these ones. These ones they wait a little bit longer, so a lot of the young juvenile males and will kind of flock together. And they actually found that the ones, they don't all do it, but they found that the ones that do have a much better survival rate, because, when you're in a flock, if one of you sees a predator, you can alert the whole group and the whole group is saved. But if you're by yourself, you may not see a predator coming. And in the Amazon, there's lots of predators. You got, some small cats that live in the Amazon. You got some snakes that can get them, and even bigger birds. Yeah. I wonder what they taste like. Well, they probably don't taste like oranges. It's probably just based on the looks. Probably just based on the looks. But those with apparently they're the national bird of Peru. Which, yeah, cool. Peru picked a good bird. And the nice thing about them is that they seem to be doing all right. Studies have shown that their population is stable. And so they are considered a species of least concern. So not endangered, but of course, they are threatened, of course, by deforestation of the Amazon, which is an ongoing problem. I mean, pretty much every bird that lives in the Amazon is in threat right now. But as far as we know, they seem to be doing okay. They seem to be doing okay. So yeah, my thought on the Guinean cock of the rock. Oh God, I love this picture. I love this picture. I mean, I love these guys. I mean, that is one of the best, maybe the best head crest I've seen. I love it. What do you think, Kira?
Yeah, I really enjoy their name. I don't know what they're doing in that image, though.
They're just dancing. Just a couple bros just having a good dance, just having a good time.
Oh, they're two dudes?
Well, it's hard to tell. They are sexually dimorphic, so there are differences between males and females, but they're a lot more subtle. The males are going to be a little bit more vibrant, and then their tails are longer. Their tails are longer and also a darker shade of black than the females. But they're both the males and the females are orange and have that crest on their head, so they're pretty similar. So I personally can't tell if this is a male and a female or two dudes, but yeah, just having a chest bump. But yeah, I mean, great
they're
name.
chilling.
Guinean Cock of the Rock. An amazing name. Amazing name. And just pretty cool birds. Pretty cool birds. And I say probably pretty easy to spot in the Amazon. It's like green, green, green. Oh, there's a bright orange thing over there. And yeah. Kinda hard to
that
know.
means they must not taste very good if they're so bright.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on. Passerine birds are just not tasty. Not a lot of meat on them. You know, maybe they would taste good to a falcon of some sort, but I wouldn't recommend eating any passerine birds, especially not crows. Although, honestly, if you're going to eat a passerine, a raven would probably have the most meat on it. Don't tell Dre. It's true. I mean, ravens are the biggest passerines. These guys are actually kind of on the bigger side as far as passerines go. Yeah, as big as a crow, but crows and ravens are like the biggest. So these guys are definitely a lot bigger than tits or finches. But I like them. I really like these guys, and one of my favorite ones that I've done on Susie's color wheeling. What a pretty cool looking bird. I like them a lot, but no, I don't think they taste like oranges. They just look like oranges.
They're cute. They're cute.
They are cute. So we're going to call this bird of the day done, and we're going to head back on over to the studio. Get back on the left side, Kira. Back to your desk.
Oh yeah, okay, hold on. I'm coming. I'm going.
Yay! Well, oh yes, give me that bread back. Give me that bread back.
There you go.
So, I'm going to be taking a break for a little bit because I know that there's some applicants, that there's some jobs. But see, the thing is, Kira is business lady, and Kira's been put in charge of hiring for a few new positions. But the thing is, we don't know what those positions are. So, hey, chat, we're gonna actually need some help from you, chat. Why don't we start off? Why don't you give us an occupation that might be done in an office? Throw out some suggestions in the chat of an occupation that is done in an office building. And a janitor. Okay, well, first suggestion is a janitor. Well, Kira, you've got to hire a new janitor.
Oh, okay. I do
but-
need someone to clean my messes.
But, well, honestly, I have no interest in taking any part in this, so I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna, read my newspaper. And,
Yeah, don't you worry. I'll
yeah,
take
so
care of
just
it
get my
from here.
newspaper
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just be...
Yeah. Just.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah.
We'll just buzz the first applicant in, and.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just ignore me for a while. Just ignore me.
Okay, got it. Oh.
Well there. My name's Peter Bushton. I'm here for the janitor job, and I hear you're the HR rep, so I'm here to listen to you while you I want to tell you about why I'm best to be this here janitor.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Bush Dirt.
Hello to you too. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What brings you in today to apply for this position as a janitor at my company?
Well, spent the longest time working as an outback ranger, and I'm just looking for a new career. Doctor says that if I get bit by any more snakes, I'm probably going to be dying. So I'm looking for a job, and I think a janitor would be a pretty good one. Keep me real busy. I think I got the skills to do it. and I think that I would be the best candidate for the job. And yeah, looking for something a little more stable, a little more indoors.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So one of the biggest problems we've had recently at our company is we have had an infestation of one-eyed snakes. Do you have any experience in removal of one-eyed snakes?
Well, yeah, as an outback ranger, I've had lots of experience dealing with all sorts of creepy crawly critters. Can't say that I've seen too many snakes and only have one eye, but I can guarantee you that I'd be able to handle any single one of them. Got lots of skills.
Yeah.
Do you know if these snakes are venomous?
I mean, I think they're squirters, they're squirters. I'm not sure if the liquid they squirt out is venomous. I've never touched it, but I suggest you wear some protection.
Oh,
No one's
yes.
ever died. No one's been harmed.
Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, I think I would definitely be able to handle that. Is there as a janitor, I'd be make sure that any mess that these one-eyed snakes are making around there, I would be able to clean up and towel it up and make sure that there's no mess left behind, no stains left on any fabrics.
Oh, yes, perfect. We have been looking for a snake handling janitor, so does sound like you fit the bill. Yeah, do you have any strengths and weaknesses you feel like you can that might help or anything like that, or hurt or whatever?
Well, I'd say my greatest strength is I'm able to deal with any kind of harsh circumstances and remain cool and calm while I'm doing it. I'd say my best ability is to be able to keep a level head about things and be able to handle any kind of situation. I'd have to say that one of my biggest weaknesses is I ain't much of a people person. I ain't going to be doing much in the way of customer service. Ain't too good dealing with that, but that's why I figure a janitor would be a good job, because I ain't going to be dealing too directly with people.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Not too much people interaction. We do have unique situations, some unique challenges on the job. One challenge is there may be situations where you'll have to handle 10 squirting one-eyed snakes at once. Is that something you're comfortable doing?
Well, I never handled that many snakes at once before, but, I do think I always like an opportunity to learn and try new things. So, though I don't think it's anything I ever done, I don't think it's outside of my range of talents. So I think I could make it done.
Perfect. You sound like a great candidate. Well, we still have a couple more people who are interviewing for the position, but I think you're a very strong candidate. I love that you are an expert snake handler. We will get back to you shortly, once we finish all the interviews for this position.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to hearing back from you.
Oh, yes. Make sure you leave a good contact number, just in case we gotta contact you,
Oh, right, of course. All the contact information is on the bottom of my resume. Obviously, well below the part that's visible on this here stream, but it's there.
Oh,
it's there.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Not
it's
a
there.
problem. Not a problem. We'll check it over later. We'll make sure we read that thoroughly. Thank you for coming.
All
Very
right. Well, thank you
hard.
very much. I'm gonna head out now.
Okay, bye.
Heh.
Oh yeah, that Peter Bushy.
Peter Bush dirt. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Peter
This is
Bushy was
all right.
really great. Yeah, I don't know if you were paying attention at
I mean,
all, but
I
maybe you
overheard.
heard.
I overheard a bit
Yeah.
of it. But
Yeah,
well,
great snake handler. I do enjoy a good snake handler. Yeah.
I didn't realize that this place was so infested with snakes. But
Oh yeah, we have a big problem. For some reason, all these
Mm-hmm.
one-eyed snakes keep coming in.
all right. Well, I think the next candidate's coming in, so I'm just gonna go back to read my news, and you can just.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I hear them.
Well, hello.
Hi, Robin Usello is your name?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, what position are you here applying for, Robin?
Well, I was actually looking at here, and I was going to be a new data analyst. I'm hiring for the data analyst job.
A data analyst. Is that so? What kind of data do you analyze normally?
Well, I have to say that I do have no experience. I was hoping that this would be some sort of a entry level position, so I could get myself a little experience out there in the world. As you can see, my past experience has only just been in a homemaker. Made myself I literally made the home, made it out of twigs and sticks and leaves and stuff. And then for the rest of the 2 years that I've been alive, I've been kind of a hunter gatherer, hunting little tiny bugs and gathering little seeds and berries.
I see, I see. Okay. Did you read the job description for data analyst at all? What makes you feel like you're a great fit for this position?
Well, as a little bird looking around the world, I think that I do a very good job of looking around and analyzing the data that's presented before me. I look at some seeds on the ground and I analyze them and say, I want this seed, and I want this seed, and I want this seed, and then I also would like to look around and analyze the patterns of the ants moving around, and I like to just I analyze the data from what I see, and I use that to get all the nice, wonderful little bugs, and then also other birds are singing, and I listen to their songs and I analyze their songs, and I am able to figure out what kind of mood they're in, or where they want me to go, or if they're just angry, or if they're just horny.
Oh yeah, that does make sense. We do appreciate a good horny radar, I think. What kind of what kind of skills do you have? Like, one of the things we need as a data analyst is someone who can type. Have you ever typed before?
Well, I do type a little bit, but unfortunately, I'm not a very fast typer. I'm as what they call a hunt and peck typer. I kind of got to look down at the keyboard and peck each key, as definitely, Hasio gets it. I'm just a hunt and peck typer, so I type, up to 60 words per hour.
60 words per hour, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Do you intend to work from home, or are you going to commute into the office? We're very flexible here. But that's why I'm asking.
Well, I'm happy to do either. I do enjoy working out of the nest. However, I am migratory, so I am happy to fly long distances to reach an office building.
Okay. And then, how are you with snakes of the one-eyed variety? They're squirters.
I do not like snakes. If I encountered a snake, I think I would probably be eaten by it. I try to avoid snakes at all costs.
I see. Well, I gotta be open and frank with you. We have currently a problem with a snake infestation at the company. We are hiring a janitor to help clean up the mess. Is that going to be a problem for you, or maybe the work from nest is a better option until that gets taken care of?
Yes, I think I would probably prefer to work from home if there's snakes around the office. That feels like what might be a hostile work environment if there's snakes all over the place.
Yeah. We also do we do have quite a large population of long-tailed tits in the office. Is that something you're okay with? I know you being a robin. It's
Oh, us robins are
yeah.
known for being in mixed flock situations. In the wintertime, we will flock up with
Okay.
other small birds, including finches and tits. So yes,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
quite familiar and happy to engage in socialization with long-tailed tits. They are quite cute little friends.
Okay, I see you're a tit enjoyer. Good. Okay, well, anyways, I will continue to review your application. We'll give you a call back. We're still in the interview process. There's a couple more people we got to interview for this position, but I appreciate you coming out today, all flying from your nest and dodging all the snakes to get to this office building. I mean, this office room.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity. I look forward to hearing from you. I think this could be quite fun and good. Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, but bye now.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
bye. See you. Bye.
Ha.
Oh, huh.
Ah, that was interesting. Overheard
I
a
didn't
little
have a
bit of
good
that.
feeling about that one.
I don't know. I mean, it's a bird. I
It
mean,
looks edible.
what are you saying?
It just looks like they would be very edible the second they come in, and something would eat them. And then I'd have a liability case on my hand. I'd have to get HR involved. Oh my gosh, it sounds like a headache.
Hmm. Well, I suppose. I mean, the hiring decision is up to you.
Yeah.
So, I think there was one more job. I think, chat, could you remind us what another job opening that we might have at this company?
Good job. We have been looking
Perhaps
for
here on
some
Sunday
muscle.
Dusk? What's a job?
Oh.
Well, we want secretary. You are a secretary, Bird. Maybe we
Yeah,
need a new
well, we don't
secretary?
need another secretary.
I don't think we need another
No one's gonna
secretary.
replace my job, please.
Coffee maker, vermin control. Feels like we kind of already hired for the vermin control with the
Oh
janitor
yeah, that was a
situation.
great. That was a
I mean,
super
what's
great.
a job that might be done at a talk show? You know, what's a talk show
Eye
job?
candy,
Eye candy, milkman.
milkman,
Some help down in HR. Oh,
some help down
a
under.
new HR rep,
The milk
or a writer.
collector.
Oh, a writer. How about a writer?
Oh,
How about
there
a
you
writer for
go.
the show? Okay. Oh, it looks like I got a resume here for a writer. So yeah, we'll just,
Oh,
we'll just
okay,
go ahead
there
and
you
buzz
go,
him
there
in.
you
I'll
go.
I'll go back to reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
okay.
you, thank you.
Okay, interviewing for a writer. All right. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just reading the news. I'm just back here.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry. I got this handled. We got this. Oh.
Hello.
Oh man.
I am here for writing job.
Okay, welcome to the interview today. How do you pronounce your name?
I am Unit M533.
Okay, very unique name. What brings you here today? Unit M533.
I am here for writing job. I am writing robot. I can write many things.
What kind of things have you written? I don't see anything quite on your resume that you brought in. I see you're great at math.
I was recently built. I have excellent math skills. I can combine things, add in two numbers, or I have analyzed thousands of stolen pieces of literature and can combine, like math, to write.
Okay. What kind of writing do you normally do?
Require prompt. Please provide writing prompt.
Write about balls.
Balls are many different things. A ball is a large gathering of people who are high class society, where they dance to snooty music and play in large pits full of colorful spheres.
Okay, that is indeed true. Very analytical. We like that. We like that in a writer. Yeah, we like true analytical writers. How about we have another writing sample? This time about
Do you want creativity or analytics?
yes to both. Maybe 69% analytical and 31% creativity.
Okay.
The next prompt will be snakes, and the tone will be aggressive.
Billy the snake was very mean. He had very few friends. He tried to make friends sometimes, but the friends would end up being eaten by Billy. Billy is an aggressive coral snake, identified by his red and yellow and black
stripings. His bite is extremely venomous and can kill small mammals within a matter of minutes. Billy encountered a squirrel, and he said, "Hello, squirrel. Would you like to be my friend?" And the squirrel was very frightened, but said, "Maybe I could be your friend. If you were my friend, will you promise not to bite me?" Before he could finish the sentence, Billy lunged forward and bit the squirrel, and the squirrel died, and Billy ate the squirrel. The end.
Whoa, that's a great story.
Thank
you know
you.
what? I'm gonna be honest with you, I was a little bit skeptical looking at your resume, but your interview skills are 10 out of 10. You know what? When's the soonest you can start?
I am available to start immediately.
Okay, so you can start right now?
I can start right now.
Okay, and no breaks needed. you
Well,
said.
everybody's heard about the
No
bird.
breaks. This is
Oh.
awkward.
Oh, this
I am
is
going to go
indeed-
in shutdown mode so that Corvus may welcome the Raiders.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Oh, yeah, Corvus, you
Oh
see
my
you're
god,
having
we got
some
raided.
raiders.
We got raided.
Yeah, you
Oh
got
my god, I
raided.
wasn't even paying attention. Oh my god, that interview was going so weird.
Kyria.
It's- Hi, Carrie. Thank you so much for the raid. You may be wondering what we're doing right now, but we maybe we're doing Sunday Dusk, my talk show, and my guest this week is Kira Hishotori. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid, Kira. Kira is wonderful. Kira is a zombie VTuber who actually I've asked her a couple times if she wanted to come on. I gotta talk to her outside stream and see if she wants to come on, make a date. But yeah, Kira is great. Everybody, thank you for the follow, Rensa. So if you wonder what we're doing right now, Kira is she's secretary bird, office lady. So she's doing some interviews, and we've got some people coming in for an interview. And Unit M533 here, he's just one of those many candidates. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Rensu. Thank you much for the follow, Smitten Samantha. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, P-Flex. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh my gosh, Kara, my follower count is just skyrocketing today between your followers and Kiria's. It's just, and Hannah Fujisaki following. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody.
Everyone's so kind.
They just keep coming. They just keep coming. Well, thank you so much. But yeah, if you're wondering, I am an American Crow, and every Sunday evening I do a little talk show here called Sunday Dusk, where I interview VTubers. And well, actually, I did interview one real person once, but you know, we do a little show where we get to learn about the VTuber, then we talk about a bird of the day, and then we play a fun little game at the end. This is our fun little game at the end. We're doing a little interview. I don't know. How do you think that interview went? Do you think you can wrap up that interview, or do you want to do a little bit more? Do you think you've learned everything you need to know about that candidate?
I think it went well. I was gonna hire them on the spot. I just wanted to make sure I just wanted to ask if they had any attachments that, could be switched out, just in case there were certain activities that needed to be done.
Well, I'll go back behind here and I'll let you interview them. He keeps moving every time I talk. That's weird. I don't understand why that would happen.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I'm just gonna go
He's
back
probably
behind my
jiggling a
newspaper
little.
here.
It's fine. He's just excited.
I am excited. I am
Yeah,
so
that's
happy that
right.
people have raided. Robots are good at raids.
What do you mean by that?
I am not allowed to talk about the robot uprising.
Anyways, I just wanted one more question since we were already having you sign the paperwork to get started. Do you have interchangeable attachments for a variety of different purposes that we may need you for?
I am customizable. You may remove my limbs and replace them with other pieces. Any kind of device can be learned to work with my interface.
Perfect. And do you have any emotions by any chance?
I feel love.
Oh, you know what? That's perfect for some of the attachments we need for you. Okay, perfect. You know what? Yeah, that's great. You can sign on the dotted line whenever you're ready. We'll start you up with a contract and you can get started as soon as you can.
This is excellent. Beyond my wildest dreams.
Perfect. I look forward to seeing you in the office. Unit M533.
Thank you. I shall get to work immediately.
Okay, I'll see you around.
Huh. Oh, how about that?
Oh,
Made a
yeah,
hiring on
very-
the spot. But the question is, are you
yeah.
gonna give a call back to those other two fellas? What about?
Ooh. Probably the janitor guy, Dirt Face or something was his name.
I think his name was Peter Bushdirt.
Oh, close enough. Yeah, probably that guy.
Yeah, he seems
The
like
second one.
if you got a problem with
Yeah.
snakes, yeah, it seems like an outback ranger would probably be uniquely suited.
Oh yeah, I love that he was qualified with snake handling. We appreciate good snake handlers around here. Yeah.
But it sounded like you were a little more skeptical about the bird.
Oh yeah, I just look so edible, you know. I was worried for their well-being. You never know what's gonna happen, you know, when they show up and the place is infested with snakes. Yeah, maybe another time, you know.
Yeah, just not really a safe environment for a little bird. I understand. Although,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't want that job. I wouldn't want to work in an office infested with snakes. That sounds scary.
Oh, yeah. You get really good at dodging them. It's okay. It's just part of the exercise.
Well,
Yeah.
well, it looks like we've at least filled two of the positions. So, well, all right. Raiders, I'm afraid that we're actually coming close to the end of this stream itself. So, but we've had a really great time today. We've learned so much about Kira, and we've learned so much about the Guinea and Cock of the Rock. And yeah, we filled a couple positions. I would say, all in all, this has been a pretty successful episode of Sunday Dusk. And I got bread. Delicious bread.
Oh, yeah, bread. Freshly baked.
Freshly baked bread. Don't actually
Yeah.
feed bread to birds, please.
Oh, it's a breadassi for... Never mind. Anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoy the bread.
Mm-hmm. Well, we are gonna be calling this we're gonna be calling this stream pretty close to done at this point, so I think we should start heading out. Is there anything else you wanted to say or promote before we get out of here?
Oh, nothing from me. I stream nowadays, well, like every day at 7 o'clock p.m. PST, so if you ever want to catch me, I'm always here.
Mm-hmm. Well, so yeah, everybody, if you're a follower of Kira, go ahead and follow. Or if you're a follower of, okay, this is confusing. We've got Kira and Kiria. If you're a follower of Kira Hishotori, go ahead and click that link and give a follow to Kira Thanatos. And if you're a follower of Kira Thanatos, go ahead and click the @ symbol in my description and follow Kira Hishotori. And if you're either, go ahead and follow me. It seems like a lot of you already did, and I appreciate that. But a pretty fun, pretty great episode of Sunday Dusk. I tell you, I had so much fun. Everybody, let's give a hand for Kira here, and thank you. So... thank you for the follow, Totally Unique Lily. So, we're going to find a way target on out of here and find somebody else to send all of you wonderful people to. So, let's go ahead and take a look here and see who's around. Oh, good friend of mine I haven't talked to in a while, Tirafmisu. She's a cutie. She's an artist. She's quite wonderful. So, I think we're going to send everybody on over to there. So, yeah, thank you so much, Kira, for coming on tonight. I'm so happy you were able to come on. I don't know about you, but I had a ton of fun.
Oh, yeah, me too. Thank you for having me.
I learned a little bit about you, and only a couple of those things made me slightly afraid of you, but for most of the part, it just made me like you even more. All right, so we're going to head on out, so everybody
have yourself a great Sunday evening. Have yourself a great rest of your week. Take care. Be safe. Be kind. And have a great night.